Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome in to the Colonel Courtyard here live on the EKU Tailgate Show. We are live on the flagship station for Colonel Sports, 100.7 The Coyote, and also streaming live on the Colonel Club Facebook page and on WBON TV. It's a cold, rainy, wet day here in Richmond. That means football weather, folks, and it's a football game here today at RKS between the Colonels and Lamar. The Colonels are back at home this weekend after a road win and a bye week. EKU will host Lamar for a Saturday kickoff today at 2 p.m., so about 90 minutes away from now. Today's game is also Paint the Town Pink game. It's sponsored by Baptist Health here for the university, in which they will highlight Breast Cancer Awareness Month and honor the School of Nursing's 50th anniversary today. So pretty cool ceremony they're going to be having today during the game. The game day experience began at 9 o'clock this morning when all the parking and tailgate lots opened up. The Colonel Courtyard once again being featured as the feature location in the tailgate lot in between the Alumni Coliseum lot and Roy Kidd Stadium. And this space opened up at 11 a.m. this morning. And live music is currently going on between Peyton Taylor and Taryn Kosilla. The band and spirit squad performances are also taking place in an autograph session with EKU softball, food trucks, inflatables, face painting, and so much more. Folks, you got about an hour or so to get over here and take part in all this fun. We know it's a rainy day, but that means you're going to be scrambling to try to find something to do. So get the kids out, dress warm, maybe bring an umbrella or find some area over at the stadium to duck under and watch a good football game today between EKU and Lamar. During the game today, again, they will highlight breast cancer awareness in multiple facets through the Paint the Town Pink game, again sponsored by Baptist Health. The football team will wear pink ribbon stickers on their helmets and throw out EKU football pink game shirts on the hill as they enter the field around 1:50 today. Anyone who is currently battling cancer or is in a cancer survivor, they can get a special game ticket today by going to EKUsports.com. There's a link on there where if you are a cancer survivor or if you are currently battling cancer, a special game ticket is available for you. Today's game will feature the College of Health Sciences as well. They will be featured within different elements of the game day experience. And within the college, the nursing program is celebrating the 50th anniversary of the BSN program and 50 years of impacting the health of communities. And there's a website, a link there where you can go online to find out more about the opportunities surrounding the School of Nursing. And folks, it doesn't really matter, how old you are, what age you are. If you are looking for a better experience, or maybe if you're looking for a new job, a career change, maybe you want to make more money. Nursing right now, nurses are at the forefront fighting this pandemic still. You can go online to EKUsports.com. Again, there is a link to find out more about the opportunities available surrounding the School of Nursing. Folks, today while you're inside Roy Kidd Stadium, don't forget to enjoy the variety of concessions that are offered up by the EKU Dining Services and Aramark. This weekend's feature items of the game is gumbo and the Beast Burger. That sounds pretty cool, the Beast Burger. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like you better come hungry if you're coming out to RKS today. The gumbo is served hot and fresh with chicken and sausage from the central concession stand. The Beast Burger, check this out, folks, is a half-pound burger that contains 25% each of elk, bison, Wagyu beef, and wild boar served with smoked cheddar at the grill concession location. Listen to this again. It's the Beast Burger, a half-pound burger that contains 25% each of elk, bison, Wagyu beef, and wild boar served with smoke and cheddar at the grill concession location. So you have got to get over here just to check that out. New items for 2021 also include a ribeye steak sandwich and a Polish sausage, available thanks to the great folks over at Aramark. And you can round out your EKU athletics experience with all kinds of other events taking place this weekend. Last night, the Halloween Hoop Fest took place over at Alumni Coliseum, which is a fun event for the kids. They had trick-or-treating. They had autograph signings for the kids. They had a pretty cool event that took place with the costume contest. The kids got to go down on the floor and experience that. And there was also a lot of candy being given out and a scrimmage between the men's team. They had a white and maroon men's scrimmage and a white and maroon women's scrimmage as well last night. Folks, it's crazy that we're right around the corner from basketball season. I mean, I know we were here for 4 games straight, but this football season has just continued to just fly by as we get through it here. And we have loved being with you each and every single Saturday leading up to the EKU Tailgate Show as part of the broadcast here on the EKU Tailgate Show, which is powered by Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Folks, the variety of outdoor power equipment is second to none at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. I know it's time to maybe start putting those mowers up, maybe get 1 or 2 more mows before the mowing season comes to an end. Maybe as you go into next year, you're thinking, I need a new mower. Well, Bishop's Small Engine Repair is the place to go for all that. You can check them out online at bishopsmallenginerepair.com or go visit them on North Estill Avenue in Richmond. If you are maybe experiencing some problems with your current mower, take it over to Bishop's. It's the off season. Let your mower or whatever the case may be, your small engine be checked out and get prepared to go into next year and get the mowing season started next year with help from Bishop Small Engine Repair, again on North Estill Avenue in Richmond, or you can visit bishopsmallenginerepair.com. The EKU Tailgate Show, powered by Bishop Small Engine Repair. All kinds of great sponsors here on the Tailgate Show, folks, and we appreciate you joining us here as we get you set for EKU football versus Lamar. The Colonels had a bye week last week, and during the press conference on Tuesday, Walt Wells does his weekly press conference on Tuesday via Zoom, and we got to take part in that on Tuesday. Coach Wells talked about just how things went from being a part of the bye week, the long road trip to Central Arkansas, got a huge win, coming off that high of the big come-from-behind victory, and then going into the bye week and just being able to celebrate with his team and just kind of soak in this 5-game winning streak. It's 4-game winning streak. They're looking to make it 5 today, and it should be a fun one here at Roy Kidd Stadium. Folks, we appreciate you joining us here on the EKU Tailgate Show. For all your game day information and EKU sports information, it's EKUsports.com. They've got schedules and rosters and ticket information on there. So check that out over again on EKUsports.com. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, there is a really good deal going on right now for men's and women's basketball season tickets. You don't want to miss this deal, folks. We're going to tell you how you can be a part of it when we come back. We are broadcasting live from the Colonel Courtyard. Michael Watkins here with you on the EKU Tailgate Show, folks. We are leading up to 1:30. We will hand it off to Greg Stottlemyre, Jim Tyree, Wes Chandler, and the EKU Sports broadcasting crew at 1:30. But lots more information to get to, so don't change that dial and don't go away. We'll be right back here on the flagship station for Colonel Sports, 100.7 The Coyote.
Hey fans, this is A.W. Hamilton, head basketball coach. I know a lot about basketball, but I'm no expert on real estate. One guy that is an expert, though, is Andy Strickland. Andy is with Turftown Properties. He's a local realtor that can guide you through today's hot market. If you're curious about the current value of your home, contact Andy. He can be reached at andy@turftown.com. That's andy@turftown.com.
Jackson's Restaurant is ready to keep your stomach full. Whether you want to eat in our clean restaurant or get it delivered with DoorDash and Colonel Delivery, Jackson's has the best home-style food in town, the best hearty meatloaf in the state, and creamy mac and cheese. Your taste buds will thank you. Eat anytime breakfast or try the Big Hoss Boss Challenge meal and see if you can finish in 20 minutes. Let Jackson's cater your next event. Jackson's is always looking for motivated employees. Jackson's Restaurant on South 3rd Street in Richmond.
The Botany Bay is Kentucky's #1 place to buy things that you like to do stuff with. A place full of stuff and cool people to help you pick the stuff from what they have, including tons of brand new stuff you didn't even know you needed. This month, take 25% off this cool stuff and 15% off this cool stuff. 3 locations, a friendly staff, and a free rewards program. The Botany Bay is the place to buy cool things that you like to do stuff with, or visit our cool website at thebotanyBay.net.
Carson, Kentucky was once again voted the #1 pre-owned automobile dealership in Madison County. Some of the reasons why include the friendliest local staff. All prices on the vehicles are clearly marked. Plus, they have a great updated website that has all the inventory listed. Carson, Kentucky has a great location. Whether you need a gas saver, a truck, SUV, Cars of Kentucky has all the best brands. Cars of Kentucky, 356 Big Hill Avenue, or give them a call at 624-CARS.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
Celebrate every season at Chenault Vineyards. Colonel fans, come celebrate EKU football wins with the lovely views and delicious drinks at the Vineyard. Rent out one of the many event venues at the Vineyard for after parties, holiday gatherings, showers, or more. Chenault Vineyards is the perfect place to stop by for live entertainment and events that everyone will enjoy. Like Chenault Vineyard on Facebook or follow them on Instagram to keep up with who will be taking the stage next at Chenault Vineyards, Barnes Mill Road in Richmond.
Back here on the EKU Tailgate Show, the flagship station for Colonel Sports, 100.7 The Coyote. Last night during the EKU Hoop Fest, a pretty cool thing that took place for all the kids and adults alike. They had the Halloween Hoop Fest last night, and they were offering a special ticket offer for folks that were attending the game or the Hoop Fest last night. You could secure 4 season basketball tickets for the men's team and the women's team, and the ticket offer was so big and so popular, they have now extended the offer. So until tomorrow through Sunday, the low rate of $199 for season tickets. You can pick 4 of those. So 4 season tickets to EKU Hoops men's games and women's games for just $199. That's the regular price of $375 going until Halloween tomorrow. So the deal available online on EKUsports.com. I've got Rickson Lane. Rickson, you want to come over and we'll hop on, talk a little bit? Rickson Lane going to join us here on the EKU Tailgate Show. We'll let him get set up here, and we'll talk some EKU football and all kinds of EKU sports. Rickson, you're all dressed up, man. Look, I ain't got to see y'all be so spiffy, but you always get over there before I get here.
Saturdays you got to kick the wardrobe up a notch.
That's true, and it's cold today too, so you're dressed a little bit warmer today.
The jacket's not coming off. I guarantee you that.
Well, let's talk about EKU football. You know, today is a game that, you know, the weather impacting maybe the attendance, It's rain, it's cold, folks don't like to get out in this, but for those folks that are going to make it over, a lot of stuff going on at the game today.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's our Paint the Town Paint game, which is obviously a huge deal and a great way to get the involvement with the community and to just support a great cause. And then, you know, there's only 25 teams in America right now. You can go watch the top 25 team in FCS football. And we got one of them playing right behind us in an hour and a half. So, you know, there's no reason to not come out. The rain is gone. I mean, I was just walking around. It's not supposed to rain until about 5 o'clock, so we got like the perfect window to get this game in. It's not going to be too hot. I mean, so we got a great atmosphere, and like you said, the administration here has done a great job of really making Saturdays special, and the team's winning, which always helps as well. So it should be a fun time.
I mean, you took over right as the season kind of started. So, you know, what has it been like for you kind of just coming in and hitting the ground running?
I don't know if my feet have hit the ground yet. I mean, it's been pretty wild. Got here on August 30th, and I think the next Saturday we went to Western Carolina to open up the football season, and obviously you had all the other fall sports were ramping up as well. So, you know, it's been a whirlwind, but it's been fantastic. You know, Matt Rohn and Corey Neal and everybody in the administration has been incredibly supportive of just kind of helping me get my feet under me and kind of get acclimated to the way things have been done here, and also have been open to you know, maybe adjusting some things and looking at some things differently, and then working with Coach Wells and the football staff and the football team has been great. That it's always fun when you work with a team that's a good team, but good guys on that team as well. And he's got a really good group of just really solid guys who represent Richmond and represent EKU incredibly well. They've been out in the community, they've been out at the Maroon Mission kickoffs, and just really positive role models for our community and really great ambassadors for what this university is trying to be all about.
You know, I think when you look at the transfer portal, it was bad for a lot of reasons, but it's been good for Coach Wells, Coach Hamilton, bringing in adults. I think that's how you would describe it. Some of the guys they've been able to bring in to basically solidify the maturity role of their team and kind of help them transition into the A-Sun Conference. We've seen that with basketball with all the guys they brought in, but in football we've really seen it as well with some of the transfers that have come in and made immediate impacts. And you look at the defense for EKU, I think it's been pretty impressive. It's been a lot of different guys stepping up and making plays for the Colonels this year.
Yeah, and like you said, I don't think any coach wants to necessarily build solely off of transfers, but when you can get a couple of them in there and kind of sprinkle them onto your roster, and like you said, to provide that maturity for some of the younger guys that maybe, they're 18, 19 years old. They don't know everything about what it takes to be a college football player. They don't know what it's like to be a college student, quite frankly. That's a new experience for a lot of them as well. So, you bring guys in, and there's plenty of them. But, Kyle Bailey, I know is someone that Coach Wells has talked about all the time, who came in from Western and has had just such a positive impact on that defensive unit. And then you've got guys like TK McClendon, who is getting his first start today on the defensive side of the ball, a guy that came in from LSU and is playing a whole new position, but is not new to what it takes to be a college football player and sort of the mindset and the work ethic that you have to have in that. So I think that, like you said, you don't want to rely on those guys too much because there's no guarantee you'll get them. There's a lot of more fish in the pond in the high schools and recruiting that way. But when you get a couple of those guys and you get the right type of guys, they can have such a huge impact on your team. I think that's what you're seeing with EKU.
I wanted to ask you about the pandemic. We know it's still here. We're not out of it yet, but it seems like you all this season especially have really been able to kind of just maneuver around it. We know there's still protocols in place, but what have you seen as far as still battling the pandemic within the university and the football program itself?
Well, I think that goes back to your administration, your coaching staffs, and the tone that they set. And I think that the tone that the administration set has been fantastic. Of just there's been an encouragement to make sure that people are vaccinated, to make sure that people are socially distancing, to make sure that you've got masks on when you're inside the building, and just to be cognizant of that sort of stuff. And it's not to tell anyone, hey, this, we're not trying to infringe on anything, but hey, like, keep each other safe. Like, take care of each other, because we want people here. That's the thing. If people aren't here, that's bad for all of us. They don't get to come see the games. We don't get to have good attendance numbers. The players don't get to have that environment. So we want people to take the steps that allows them to come in and be able to enjoy the game and not have to worry about that stuff. So I think that when you've got that sort of tone set by the administration, by our coaching staffs, and the way that they've handled it, it just sort of it trickles down to the athletes, it trickles down to the fans, and I think that we're seeing the benefits of that with the home attendance here is. We've had some of the best numbers they've had in 7, 8, 9 years for home football games. So I think that has that sort of speaks to how well this place has handled everything that's been thrown at them in the last 18, 24 months.
Well, and one thing that's been a positive is how you all are doing the press conference now with Coach Wells, because, whenever you try to arrange that each and every single week when you've got folks from Lexington coming down or other businesses that are being ran, I think it makes it easier when you have the Zoom call. Everybody knows what time it is. It's going to be a weekly thing. So talk about that and how you guys are handling the press conference with Coach Wells, which is posted every Tuesday afternoon on EKU Sports YouTube channel.
Yeah, I think that's been something that we've done this year, and I think Kevin Britton and Chris Wells had kind of already been pioneering that sort of stuff here. That wasn't something that I did in my previous stop. We didn't have a lot of press opportunities, but to kind of come in and see how that was run, I like it because of all the reasons you said. It's a lot easier to put together. You don't have to worry about getting players to a media room or to a certain spot. They can film from their dorm room. They can go in the library. They can go wherever quiet place is where they can feel comfortable to talk. And I think there's the comfort level is also another thing. These guys are used to talking on cameras. They got cameras in their pockets 24/7, so they're used to that. It's a little different when you get reporters in front of you. So I think there's a level of comfort with our student athletes that they're a little more relaxed. They're in a more environment that they're more accustomed to, and I like that it allows, like you said, the out of town media to be able to come and get it. And we get our message out to the folks in Lexington, the folks across the state that maybe haven't been to an EKU game. And that's the thing that we've kind of tried to promote. Hey, we're not asking you to choose us over anybody else. Just make us one of your teams. You don't have to be your favorite team, but we want to be one of your favorite teams. So when games where UK is out of town or you can't make it out to Lexington, come down to Richmond and see what we've got going on here. So I think that's been really encouraging, is that those media outlets that maybe couldn't have been here in the past to get that message across, well, now they know they're here every week. They can get on here anytime they want to and hear Coach Wells and hear what we're trying to build with this athletic department.
So this is the first year in the ASUN. We know it's the ASUN WAC Challenge this season, the AQ7, and there's still a few weeks left. But as of right now, how do you think that the success of this first season has been? Has it been how you all thought it would be, or has it still been kind of an up-in-the-air question on how that's going to, I guess, pan out?
I mean, honestly, as someone who came in really late to it, I think it's gone about as smoothly as it could have gone. I mean, obviously, it's a unique situation with a kind of a one-year hybrid that's going to go away next year, and with the implementation of other teams in the ASUN and in the WAC. But I think they did a great job. The rationale behind it of trying to get a worthy team into the playoff, I mean, I think it was a really smart way to go about it. You make sure that, hey, someone from this really tough league is going to make sure that they're in. And for teams that maybe are on the outside looking in that don't win the championship, you got a chance to play yourself into it. You're going to play, you're going to play Sam Houston. You're going to play Abilene Christian. You're going to play EKU. You're going to play Central Arkansas. You're going to play really good teams week in and week out and have a chance to sort of build your resume. And so from that standpoint, I think it's been a really smooth transition into this. I know there's been some confusion at times about who's officially a member because we got teams that are in the WAC but not in the AQ7 and teams that are in the ASUN but they're not in the AQ7 either. But aside from a couple of scheduling questions early on that I didn't quite know the answer to, I think it's gone really well for everybody involved.
One thing you didn't mention there is Jacksonville State. Now,
That's
that'll
right.
be the next home game for EKU in a couple of weeks in November. So do we know right now what the promotions will be for that game as you all get ready to finish out the year? I'm assuming it will be senior day for that day, but is there anything else going on?
It'll be senior day. I should know that, but it'll be senior day for sure. You have to forgive me. We were moving this week, so most of my brain is back in storage boxes in my house right now. But we will have senior day that day. I know that there is a promotional plan. I will beg Corey Neal's forgiveness for not knowing it off the top of my head.
EKUsports.com.
EKUsports.com. We'll just plug the website. EKUsports.com is where you can find out all that information. And game day information also goes up on the website Fridays. So the game stories come out on Wednesday. Game day information comes out on Friday. So if there's any, for folks that are maybe interested not just in the game but sort of the extracurriculars, all that stuff's out Friday. So you can plan your Saturdays around a great day here at Roy Kidd Stadium.
There you go, folks. That's Rickson Lane, one of the hardest working guys up here at EKU. He works 7 times as hard as Sean Hamilton does. So you guys got a lot going on today too, Rickson.
We do. We do.
I'll let you go get back at it. We'll take another commercial break, folks, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the flagship station for Colonel Sports. It's the EKU Tailgate Show on 100.7 The Coyote.
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts because, guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit CampusWarehouseRichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Locally family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction is a full-service construction company offering full-service home maintenance. Bluegrass Restoration specializes in wind, fire, and water damage and mold remediation. With 24/7 emergency services, Bluegrass Restoration and Construction is here to serve during any emergency. All services are performed in-house with no subcontractors. No job is too big or small for Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. Give us a call at 859-353-1133.
At Yingling, as America's oldest brewery, we've been doing what we love for nearly 2 centuries. Brewing great beer that brings people together. Like friends catching up at their favorite spot or getting together to watch the game. Kicking back, going out, or going all out. Yingling Traditional Lager has been at the center of good times and will be there for the next round. Yingling, to good times ahead.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
To some, it's just a boat.
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries the new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Locally family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction is a full-service construction company offering full-service home maintenance. Bluegrass Restoration specializes in wind, fire, and water damage and mold remediation. With 24/7 emergency services, Bluegrass Restoration and Construction is here to serve during any emergency. All services are performed in-house with no subcontractors. No job is too big or small for Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. Give us a call at 859-353-1133.
Welcome back into the EKU Tailgate Show. We're broadcasting live on 100.7 The Coyote, the flagship station for Colonel Sports all season long. You've been listening to EKU football here on the Coyote with Greg and Jim and Wes. Or maybe you're watching us live on Facebook right now, a Facebook live stream on WBON TV or on the Colonel Club Facebook page as we welcome you into the Tailgate Show, which is powered by Bishop's Small Engine Repair. It's now time to take a look at the Botany Bay highlights. Of course, the Colonels were on a bye last week, but they did have a week in which they came from behind, scoring 25 unanswered points to defeat Central Arkansas in the week before the bye week. It's now the highlights of that game, brought to you by Botany Bay in Richmond and in Lexington. Botany Bay is your favorite place to buy stuff, to do stuff with. That's Botany Bay. Like them on Facebook for more information. EKU football team erased a 35-13 deficit by scoring 25 points in the final 19 minutes to beat Central Arkansas 38-35 a couple of weeks ago. EKU held the Bears to just one touchdown in the second half, while the Colonels scored on their first 5 drives of the half before running out the clock on their 6th possession. Parker McKinney went 24 of 40 for 224 yards, 2 touchdowns, did throw a pick. McKinney also led the EKU ground attack with 65 yards rushing and a touchdown on just 6 carries. Matt Wilcox Jr. caught a game-high 11 passes for 67 yards, and Matthew Jackson led all defenders with 13 tackles, including 2 tackles for loss and a sack while breaking up 2 passes. Kyle Bailey defensively totaled 10 tackles in the win, and the Colonel defense racked up 8 tackles for loss on the night. Both defenses controlled the first quarter as the teams combined for 6 punts in the opening period. Central Arkansas managed the quarter's only score with a 6-yard touchdown 2 weeks ago. The Bears doubled their lead with a 70-yard touchdown pass in the second quarter. EKU got on the scoreboard at the 11:52 mark of the second quarter with a Braden Sloan took his first career reception from Parker McKinney and scampered 24 yards to the end zone. UCA responded with a 3-yard rushing score to make the score 21-7 at the 8:02 mark of the second quarter. EKU then answered with a 10-play drive that ended on a 41-yard field goal from Patrick Nations, and Central Arkansas used a quarterback sneak with just 14 seconds to play in the quarter to take a lead of 28-10 into the locker room at halftime. Nations connected on a 47-yard field goal on EKU's opening drive of the second half to cut the deficit to 28-13, but the Bears found the end zone on their next drive to go back up 3 scores. Nations added another field goal, this one from 25 yards with 3:11 to go in the third quarter. Then Kamar Carey forced and recovered a fumble on the ensuing kickoff, and McKinney found Jaden Higgins just 4 plays later for a 5-yard touchdown. EKU added the 2-point conversion to make the score 35-24 with 1:24 left in the third quarter. The Colonel defense forced a 3-and-out to open the fourth quarter, and Eastern marched 62 yards in 7 plays as Keandre McGlure punched it in from 4 yards out to pull the Colonels to within 5, 35-30, with just over 13 minutes to play in the ballgame. EKU's defense forced another Bear punt, and the Colonel offense picked up where it left off, covering 87 yards in 7 plays. McKinney dashed for a 40-yard touchdown to give Eastern its first lead of the night, 38-35, with 7:39 left to play. Central Arkansas would then drive to the EKU 25-yard line to set up a game-tying field goal attempt but it was blocked with 2:14 remaining, and the Colonels proceeded to run out the clock to seal the victory and go on to win 38-35, coming from behind and scoring 25 unanswered points in the win. That is a look at your Botany Bay highlights, folks, from 2 weeks ago when Central Arkansas had a big lead, but the Colonels roared back and defeated Central Arkansas on the road 2 weeks ago here. As we welcome you back into the EKU Tailgate Show. We appreciate you joining us here, folks. We could not be here if it wasn't for our great sponsors. The Tailgate Show coverage on the Coyote and on the live streams is covered by Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau agents Rader, Mayo, and Hornsby here in Richmond are here to take care of you. So we want to say thank you for them for covering the EKU Tailgate Show here on the flagship station for Colonel Sports, 100.7 The Coyote, and on the Colonel Club and WBON live streams. We look ahead to the game today. It's EKU and Lamar, but we got to look back at just how good this EKU team has been. It seems like each and every single week there are so many EKU players earning ASUN honors, As we looked back 2 weeks ago to that win over Central Arkansas, 3 Colonels were once again named ASUN Players of the Week. And the league office announced that Parker McKinney was named Co-Offensive Player of the Week. Matthew Jackson brought home Defensive Player of the Week. And Patrick Nations garnered Special Teams Player of the Week. So it's really impressive to see what all EKU's been able to do this year in their first year in the ASUN, all the awards that they've been able to rack up. But it's not just football. There's been so many other sports that have had big performances and big wins. We look at what soccer did last night. EKU knocking off Liberty with a goal in the 87th minute, 1-0. EKU soccer team advanced to the ASUN Conference Tournament semifinals with a 1-0 win over Liberty University last night in Nashville. Greta Gunn played a ball to Diego, who played a great through ball to Matty Lamery, who found the back of the net in the 87th minute for the game-winning goal. EKU was the aggressor in the first half and outshot the Flames 7-5, with each team having shot 2 shots on goal. Liberty stepped up the pressure to start the second half and had 11 shots in the half, but could never find the back of the net. Liberty outshot the Colonels 16-13 on the contest, and the Flames had 6 shots on goal compared to the Colonels' 3, but it wasn't enough as EKU scored the only goal of the game in the 87th minute to advance to the conference semifinals. The full box score and recap are up on the EKU Sports website, and you can visit EKUsports.com to get all the information there as the soccer team now heads into the semifinals of the Atlantic Sun Conference. Also, volleyball got a big win last night. EKU defeated North Alabama in 2 straight sets. Down 2-1, EKU won 2 straight sets to beat North Alabama 3-2 last night. EKU won by scores of 17-25, 28-26, 20-25, and then 25-16 and 15-10. Sarah Mitchell, who played her volleyball here in Madison County at Madison Southern, had a team best 13 kills to go along with 17 digs and 4 aces for the Colonels. Molly McKellick added 11 kills, while Michaela Logan added 9. Just 1 error and a .571 attack percentage and 4 block assists. A kill from Sarah Mitchell in the third set got EKU within 18-17, but North Alabama scored 6 of the next 7 to gain control. Katie Floyd's kill ended the set 25-20 and gave the Lions a 2-1 lead. The fourth match changed early with an 8-0 run by the Colonels. A kill by Anna Griggs put UNA in front 5-4. Logan registered a kill on the next series to start the match-changing run. A kill from McCallick and a North Alabama error capped it, putting the visitors ahead 12-5. And then a kill by Yurton put EKU on top 21-12. And then EKU continued its strong play into the 5th set, jumping out to a 5-1 lead after block assist from Logan and Yurton. 6 straight allowed the Colonels to stretch it to a 12-4 lead. The set and match ended with a block assist from McCallick and Lowe, and the Lions led from start to finish in the first set with EKU down 2, 14-12 after a kill. North Alabama scored 8 unanswered to take control, but EKU still was able to battle back and get the win last night over North Alabama. Now set for EKU is a game against Jacksonville State on Saturday. That's today. That match is scheduled to begin at 5:30 p.m. today. Folks, we appreciate you joining us here on the EKU Tailgate Show, the flagship station for Colonel Sports. Lots of information to get to about this game and so much more as the EKU band will be marching by here momentarily. We'll try to make a commercial break, come back, and catch the band as they go by. We're here live on the EKU Tailgate Show on the flagship station for Colonel Sports. We'll be right back on 100.7 The Coyote.
Hey fans, this is A.W. Hamilton, head basketball coach. I know a lot about basketball, but I'm no expert on real estate. One guy that is an expert, though, is Andy Strickland. Andy is with Turftown Properties. He's a local realtor that can guide you through today's hot market. If you're curious about the current value of your home, contact Andy. He can be reached at andy@turftown.com. That's andy@turftown.com.
Jackson's Restaurant is ready to keep your stomach full. Whether you want to eat in our clean restaurant or get it delivered with DoorDash and Colonel Delivery, Jackson's has the best home-style food in town, the best hearty meatloaf in the state, and creamy mac and cheese. Your taste buds will thank you. Eat anytime breakfast or try the Big Hoss Boss Challenge meal and see if you can finish in 20 minutes. Let Jackson's cater your next event. Jackson's is always looking for motivated employees. Jackson's Restaurant on South 3rd Street in Richmond.
The Botany Bay is Kentucky's #1 place to buy things that you like to do stuff with. A place full of stuff and cool people to help you pick the stuff from what they have, including tons of brand new stuff you didn't even know you needed. This month, take 25% off this cool stuff and 15% off this cool stuff. 3 locations, a friendly staff, and a free rewards program. The Botany Bay is the place to buy cool things that you like to do stuff with. Or visit our cool website at thebotanyBay.net.
Cars of Kentucky was once again voted the #1 pre-owned automobile dealership in Madison County. Some of the reasons why include the friendliest local staff. All prices on the vehicles are clearly marked. Plus, they have a great updated website that has all the inventory listed. Cars of Kentucky has a great location. Whether you need a gas saver, a truck, SUV, Cars of Kentucky has all the best brands. Cars of Kentucky, 356 Big Hill Avenue, or give them a call at 624-CARS.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Kokeduk, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Celebrate every season at Chenault Vineyards. Colonel fans come celebrate EKU football wins with the lovely views and delicious drinks at the Vineyard. Rent out one of the many event venues at the Vineyard for after parties, holiday gatherings, showers, or more. Chenault Vineyards is the perfect place to stop by for live entertainment and events that everyone will enjoy. Like Chenault Vineyard on Facebook or follow them on Instagram to keep up with who will be taking the stage next at Chenault Vineyards, Barnes Mill Road in Richmond.
Back here on the EKU Tailgate Show as the Pat Benatar Classic Heartbreaker being performed by the EKU Marching Band as they get set to march over to RKS. We'll turn it up for you and crank it up for the EKU Marching Band here on the Tailgate Show. Great performance there by the EKU Marching Band. They'll be heading over to Roy Kidd Stadium here in just a few moments to perform for the folks over at the stadium today as we are live here on the EKU Tailgate Show powered by Bishop Small Engine Repair. The EKU Tailgate Show, folks, is also brought to you by Campus Warehouse, which is your go-to place for tailgate and game day apparel over in the Richmond Center. They've got EKU polos, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more. If you're wearing a polo today, you might want to have a long sleeve shirt either underneath the polo or over top of it. It's a cold one here in Richmond today. And the Tailgate Show, again, is also brought to you by Botany Bay and covered by Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Cars of Kentucky is the official pre-owned car lot of the EKU Tailgate Show at 356 Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Cars of Kentucky has got all kinds of a different selection of SUVs, cars, trucks, and more. You can visit carsofkentucky.com to find out more about Cars of Kentucky at 356 Big Hill Avenue in Richmond, or call 624-CARS. As the marching band continues to perform over here, 2 Hour Right, we appreciate them getting the crowd fired up to cheer on the maroon and white as they get set to take on Lamar today over at Roy Kidd Stadium. Colonels doing a great job in their first year in the Atlantic Sun Conference, and it's a big day today as they welcome Lamar in here for the Paint the Town Paint Game, sponsored by Baptist Health. EKU football is riding a 4-game winning streak, and the A-Sun Conference is where EKU is competing this year, and they're doing a really good job in their first year of this conference, as we've seen them win 3 straight games. It's been a fun year for all the fans as well that have been able to make the games here at Roy Kidd Stadium. It's EKU and Lamar. EKU looks for its first 5-game winning streak in 7 years when they welcome Lamar into town today for the Paint the Town Paint Game. You can watch the game or listen to it. And if you listen to it, you'll be listening to it right here on the flagship station for Colonel Sports 100.7 The Coyote, with Wes Chandler, the sideline reporter, Jim Tyree serving as the analyst, and the longtime play-by-play voice of EKU football, Greg Stoudemire. Saturday will mark the first ever meeting between EKU and Lamar. EKU is playing a home game on Halloween weekend for the first time since 2009, when the Colonels beat Southeast Missouri 20-6 on Halloween afternoon. EKU last week, again, was on a bye, but they knocked off Central Arkansas to win their 4th in a row back on October the 16th. And now we see the dance team perform as well over here to our right. Parker McKinney accounted for 289 total yards and 3 touchdowns in EKU's win at Central Arkansas. McKinney was 24 of 40 for 224 yards with 2 touchdowns and the 1 interception, and was 8 of 10 through the air in the 4th quarter when the Colonels were making that charge and the comeback win over CA. He also led the rushing attack that week with 65 yards on 6 carries, including the game-winning 40-yard touchdown run. The EKU defense has been so good this year. Matthew Jackson, Kyle Bailey, Davion Ross, Eli Hairston Jr. There's been so many guys step up and make plays for the Colonel defense. That's been the most impressive thing. It's not just been one guy. It's been several guys stepping up and making plays for the Colonels this year. As the marching band continues to showcase their talents, folks, it's not just football or soccer or basketball, which took place last night. There is a lot of talented people that are a part of the EKU student athletes or student performers like the band here to our right. And a lot of people coming out to watch the band as well. I think everybody knows about the Pat Benatar Classic that EKU has performed for so long. It's been a tradition at EKU football games, the heartbreaker performance before the games, and that's been a big reason for the success, I think, of EKU as well, is they've been able to carry those traditions into the new eras like this one this year as part of the A-Sun Conference. EKU has tallied exactly 22 first downs in each of its last 3 games, and they accumulated a combined 14 A-Sun weekly football awards this season. We were just talking about the 3 guys that received honors after the win over Central Arkansas. 14 A-Sun weekly football awards this year in their first year in the A-Sun. So pretty impressive what the Colonels have been able to do in their first year in this conference. They just keep building and keep moving ahead in this conference. McKinney is climbing up EKU's career statistical charts as well. He is 49 passing yards away from cracking the top 5 in that category, and there's obviously going to be movement in that category, in that chart today, as he'll for sure get 49 passing yards against Lamar. McKinney has 4,647 in his career, good for 6th all-time behind Allen Holland, who is tied for 6th all-time with 31 passing touchdowns as well. Allen Holland played at Hazard, Kentucky. We know it's been a rough week for Hazard football fans, but Holland actually played at Perry County Central. He played at Perry County Central back in, I think Holland graduated high school back in 2005 before making his way up to EKU, and he's been on the coaching staff over at UPike now for a couple of years. Lamar fell to 2-5 with a 49-38 loss to Central Arkansas 49-38 a couple of weeks ago. The Cardinals trailed 35-7 at halftime, but scored 31 points in the second half before falling short in their comeback effort. So Central Arkansas, a first-half team, obviously, gave up the big lead to EKU in the second half. Almost did it to Lamar last week. LU amassed 441 total yards in defeat, averaging 6.5 yards per play against the Bears. Lamar is searching for its first win in the ASUN WAC Challenge after falling to Sam Houston, Abilene Christian, and Central Arkansas. Lamar's 2 wins this season came over North American and Northern Colorado. Wide receiver James Jones and running back Chaz Ward have each rushed for 3 touchdowns this season, and the Cardinal defense has tallied 15 sacks on the year, led by 4 from defensive lineman Tylo Filler. So there are some very talented players on this Lamar team, and we'll see them in action today as they take on the EKU Colonels here at Roy Kidd Stadium. One thing that Walt Wells talked about in the press conference this week was just how young Lamar was and how they had been trying to get a lot of their inexperienced young guys into the rotation over the last couple of weeks. So they're really kind of an unknown. We know that they're a young team trying to make their way in this new conference, so we'll see how they play today when they make their way into Roy Kidd Stadium. We hope you make your way into Roy Kidd Stadium as well, as the kickoff for the Colonels and Lamar is 45 minutes away. We'll step aside for one more commercial break and come right back, folks, here live on the EKU Tailgate Show. We're streaming live on WBON TV and on the Colonel Club Facebook page, and we're also broadcasting live on the flagship station for Colonel Sports, 100.7 The Coyote.
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit CampusWarehouseRichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Locally family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction is a full-service construction company offering full-service home maintenance. Bluegrass Restoration specializes in wind, fire, and water damage and mold remediation. With 24/7 emergency services, Bluegrass Restoration and Construction is here to serve during any emergency. All services are performed in-house with no subcontractors. No job is too big or small for Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. Give us a call at 859-353-1133.
At Yingling, as America's oldest brewery, we've been doing what we love for nearly 2 centuries. Brewing great beer that brings people together. Like friends catching up at their favorite spot or getting together to watch the game. Kicking back, going out, or going all out. Yingling Traditional Lager has been at the center of good times, and we'll be there for the next round. Yingling, to good times ahead.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit CampusWarehouseRichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Locally family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction is a full-service construction company offering full-service home maintenance. Bluegrass Restoration specializes in wind, fire, and water damage and mold remediation. With 24/7 emergency services, Bluegrass Restoration and Construction is here to serve during any emergency. All services are performed in-house with no subcontractors. No job is too big or small for Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. Give us a call at 859-353-1133.
See the band marching by, performing as they head over to Roy Kidd Stadium, all dressed up in their Halloween costumes. We come back at you live here on the EKU Tailgate Show, the flagship station for Colonel Sports. It's time for the Turf Report on the Tailgate Show, brought to you by Andy Strickland with Turftown Properties. Today it's the Colonels taking on Lamar on the new turf here at Roy Kidd Stadium. And the weather has not been good as we've led up to the game, but as Rickson Ling said, there is about a 5-hour window or so, 3 or 4 hour window as we get set for the kickoff. And today it's the Colonels and Lamar. Rain is in the forecast basically all day long. There's a 75% chance of rain at 2 p.m., the time of the kickoff for the game, an 85% chance at 3 p.m., an 80% chance of rain at 4 p.m., and a 55% chance of showers at 5 p.m. today. So the rain is in the forecast. The temperature is going to be around 50 degrees up until around 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. So it's going to be a chilly, wet day here in Richmond. But the Colonels, who love to run the football and have been so good at it all season long, will try to get their ground game going here against Lamar. That is your Turf Report, brought to you by Andy Strickland with Turftown Properties. Andy is right here in Madison County. Call today if you're buying or selling at 859-509-2561 for Andy Strickland with Turftown Properties. Here live on the EKU Tailgate Show, folks. We appreciate you joining us here on the Tailgate Show. Of course, the Colonel's a member of the Atlantic Sun WAC Challenge, the A-Sun, or the AQ7, as it's been called this year, their first year as a conference. It is EKU and Lamar today. Lamar coming in with a 1-win and 5-loss record overall. 1-5 are the Colonels, or are the Cardinals. They are 0-3 in conference play. They have allowed 114 points coming into today's game. They've only scored 62 points on the year. EKU has only scored 68 points, but their defense has only allowed 50 points all year long. That is second in the Atlantic Sun Conference, as they have given up 50. Stephen F. Austin has only given up 49. So good to see that for the EKU defense. The Colonels are currently second in the AQ7, the A-Sun WAC Challenge, behind Sam Houston, where the Colonels will be challenged, or will be heading up to here in a couple of weeks. They'll be facing Sam Houston very soon in the schedule. But EKU 2-0 in conference play. Sam Houston, the Bearcats, are 4-0. Central Arkansas 2-2. Jacksonville State 1-1. And Abilene Christian 1-2. Lamar is 0-3. So some big games coming up for EKU. Sam Houston riding a 6-game winning streak currently. They're 6-0 overall. EKU riding a 4-game winning streak. We see that there's the Dixie State, Tarleton also a part of this A-Sun WAC Challenge. EKU's already defeated Tarleton this year. They will not play Dixie State in the season this year. Defensively, the offensive leaders for the conference look like this. You've got a lot of really good players that are taking part in this A-Sun WAC Challenge, and some big players that have made big plays. Defensively, the Colonels have been able to really play good this year. They've been able to play good defense. That's been their calling card. And today it's EKU entering a matchup against Lamar. The kickoff is set for 2 p.m., and the Colonels have averaged 14.5 fewer points per game this season than the Cardinals have allowed. The Colonels have averaged 24.5 points. The Cardinals have allowed 39. So it'll be an interesting test there. These are some of the stats and trends for the games today. The Cardinals defense has allowed an average of 428.2 yards per game in 2021, a total of 97.2 yards more than the 331 the Colonels offense has averaged. And the Cardinals defense has given up an average of 214.8 yards per game to opposing running games this season. That is 73.6 more yards than the Colonels have gained running the football in 2021 at 141.2 per game. The Colonels have committed 3 more turnovers this season, 7, than the Cardinals defense has forced, which is 4. And for some Lamar stats and trends, the average points scored by the Cardinals this season is 13.2. That is 9 points fewer than the 22.2 the Colonels have given up per game. The Cardinals' offense has averaged 253.7 per game this year, 112.1 yards fewer than the 365.8 that has been allowed by the Colonel defense. The Colonels' defense has given up 130.5 yards per game to opposing running games this year. That is about the same as the rushing output per contest for the Cardinals at 136.8. And this year, the Colonels have forced 9 turnovers compared to the 7 times the Cardinals have turned the ball over. The players to watch for EKU, obviously Parker McKinney. He leads the EKU passing attack with 1,077 passing yards on 107 of 184 passing with 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions this season. He also has 297 rushing yards on the ground. That's 495 yards per game on 45 carries. Dejon Hewitt's team high 390 rushing yards have come on 98 carries with 2 touchdowns this year. And Matt Wilcox, his team leading 252 receiving yards, have come on 28 receptions. Jaden Smith has totaled 191 receiving yards and 1 touchdown, hauling in 18 passes this year. And Dakota Allen's 15 receptions have netted him 186 and a score. For Lamar, the players to watch today, Michael Chandler II leads Lamar with 508 passing yards. That's almost half of what McKinney has got this year, on 30 of 58 passing with 3 touchdowns compared to 1 interception this season. Jalen Dummett's team high 207 rushing yards have come on 50 carries. He's got 1 touchdown this year. James Jones has racked up 32 carries for 177 and 1 touchdown. And Eric Pizarro's 225 receiving yards leads all receivers on the team. He's registered 16 receptions and 1 touchdown. And Jeremy Davis' 6 receptions are good enough for 91 yards. So those are your players to watch for Lamar and EKU today. Folks, we'll step aside for one more commercial break. Still time for one more break. We'll come back, and we'll give you a prediction for the game today when we come back on the EKU Tailgate Show on the flagship station for Colonel Sports, 100.7 The Coyote.
Hey fans, this is A.W. Hamilton, head basketball coach. I know a lot about basketball, but I'm no expert on real estate. One guy that is an expert, though, is Andy Strickland. Andy is with Turftown Properties. He's a local realtor that can guide you through today's hot market. If you're curious about the current value of your home, contact Andy. He can be reached at andy@turftown.com. That's andy@turftown.com.
Jackson's Restaurant is ready to keep your stomach full. Whether you want to eat in our clean restaurant or get it delivered with DoorDash and Colonel Delivery, Jackson's has the best home-style food in town, the best hearty meatloaf in the state, and creamy mac and cheese. Your taste buds will thank you. Eat anytime breakfast or try the Big Hoss Boss Challenge meal and see if you can finish in 20 minutes. Let Jackson's cater your next event. Jackson's is always looking for motivated employees. Jackson's Restaurant on South 3rd Street in Richmond.
The Botany Bay is Kentucky's #1 place to buy things that you like to do stuff with. A place full of stuff and cool people to help you pick the stuff from what they have, including tons of brand new stuff you didn't even know you needed. This month, take 25% off this cool stuff and 15% off this cool stuff. 3 locations, a friendly staff, and a free rewards program. The Botany Bay is the place to buy cool things that you like to do stuff with. Or visit our cool website at thebotanyBay.net.
Cars of Kentucky was once again voted the #1 pre-owned automobile dealership in Madison County. Some of the reasons why include the friendliest local staff. All prices on the vehicles are clearly marked. Plus, they have a great updated website that has all the inventory listed. Cars of Kentucky has a great location. Whether you need a gas saver, a truck, SUV, Cars of Kentucky has all the best brands. Cars of Kentucky, 356 Big Hill Avenue, or give them a call at 624-CARS.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond.
We can't wait to see you.
Celebrate every season at Chenault Vineyards. Colonel fans, come celebrate EKU football wins with the lovely views and delicious drinks at the Vineyard. Rent out one of the many event venues at the Vineyard for after parties, holiday gatherings, showers, or more. Chenault Vineyards is the perfect place to stop by for live entertainment and events that everyone will enjoy. Like Chenault Vineyard on Facebook or follow them on Instagram to keep up with who will be taking the stage next at Chenault Vineyards, Barnes Mill Road in Richmond.
Back on the flagship station for Colonel Sports 100.7 The Coyote. It's EKU and Lamar today as we set the plate with Jackson's Restaurant in downtown Richmond. Home cooking like Mama used to make. We're going to set the plate for the game today with EKU set to take on Lamar. We'll hand it off to Greg Stoudemire, Jim Tyree, and Wes Chandler, the EKU Sports Broadcasting crew. But first, our prediction for the game today. I'm going to say the Colonels roll in this one, win their 5th straight game, and will stay undefeated in the A-Sun Conference and go to 3-0 in conference play. My prediction today, EKU 37-10 over Lamar. That's my prediction for the game today, folks. Thank you for joining us here on the EKU Tailgate Show as we hand it off to Jim, Greg, and Wes. Let's go Colonels. Roll Kerns today as they take on Lamar. Now hand it off to the EKU Sports Broadcasting crew. You've been hanging out with us here on the EKU Tailgate Show, on the live streams on WBON TV and the Colonel Club Facebook page, and on the flagship station for Colonel Sports, 100.7 The Coyote.